This is Darshana Gauchan with your B2B Cambodia Market update for August 15th, 2025. The Cambodia Securities Exchange Index was down by 1.2 points or 0.3% and closed at 404.33. Total trade volume was up with 85,068 shares changing hands at a total value of 236.6 million real or over $59,000. On the main board, two stocks were up. Leading the market was Phnom Penh Autonomous Port, up 0.59% or 80 real to 13,600 real per share, followed by Sihanoukville Autonomous Port, which rose 0.17% or 20 real to 12,060 real per share. On the downside, Pestec Cambodia was the biggest loser of the day, dropping 6.32% or 170 real to 2,520 real per share, followed by Grand Twins International, which was down 1.14% or 80 real to 6,960 real per share. CamGSM was also down 10 real to 2,430 real per share. Meanwhile, Phnom Penh Water Supply Authority, Royal Group Phnom Penh SEZ, Akleda Bank, and MJQ Education stayed flat. Over on the growth board, DVD Engineering was up 1% or 20 real to 2,020 real per share, while JS Land stayed flat at 2,760 real per share. Royal Group Phnom Penh SEZ recorded the highest trade volume of the day with 11,546 shares changing hands at a total value of 23.9 million real or close to $6,000, approximately 13.5% of Friday's trade volume. Akleda Bank recorded the second highest trade volume of the day with 7,679 shares changing hands at a total value of 52 million real or roughly $13,000, about 9% of August 15th's trade volume. In other market news, more companies have published disclosure notices on the CSX to notify investors on the results of their Q2 financial reports for 2025. The Phnom Penh Water Supply Authority recorded a revenue of 87.72 billion real or over $21.9 million in Q2 of 2025, which was a quarter-on-quarter drop of 5.27%. Profit, on the other hand, jumped 583.13% to 16.57 billion real or roughly over $4.13 million. Looking at the whole first half of 2025, Phnom Penh Water Supply Authority's revenue fell by 14.5% year-on-year and profit dropped by 24.02% in the same period. For Q3 2025, Phnom Penh Water Supply Authority plans to produce 80.41 million cubic meters of clean water at 8,800 new household connections and to target a 101.63 billion real revenue. In Q2 2025, Pestec Cambodia reported a revenue of 14.82 billion real or $3.61 million, which was down 15.2% compared to the previous quarter. The company's operating loss widened sharply to 73.63 billion real or roughly $17.96 million compared to the 30.07 billion real or $7.33 million recorded in Q4 of 2024. The company's net loss also deepened to 81.14 billion real or $19.79 million from 40.65 billion real or $9.91 million. The decline was attributed to lower sales compared to the prior quarter. Moving on to the exchange rate, the Khmer Real to USD was stable at 4,006 real per US dollar, while the US dollar index was down to 97.88. Looking at global commodities, oil prices fell on Friday as concerning economic data from the US and China, the world's two largest oil users, increased worries about the fuel demand, while investors also await the summit between US President Donald Trump and Russian leader Vladimir Putin. Brent crude futures fell 39 cents or 0.58% to $66.45 a barrel. US West Texas Intermediate crude futures declined 42 cents or 0.66% to $63.54. Gold prices edged higher, buoyed by a weaker dollar, but were poised for a weekly decline after hotter than expected US inflation data dampened prospects for a supersized September rate cut by the Federal Reserve. Spot gold rose 0.3% to $3,345.21 per ounce. Bullion has lost 1.5% for the week. US gold futures for December delivery gained 0.3% to $3,391.70. S&P 500 futures inched higher early Friday following the benchmark index's third straight record close. As of the time of the Cambodian market's closing, futures tied to the benchmark index ticked up 0.24%, while Nasdaq 100 futures inched higher by 0.07%. Dow Jones Industrial Average futures rose 244 points or 0.76%. This was Darshana Gauchan with your B2B Cambodia Market update for August 15th. Have a great weekend.